And then Widow's trying to bring Hawkeye back to his senses, and they're trying to, get him all good and ready, and everything. And they're basically talking about how, like, Hawkeye says, like, do you have any idea what it's like to have something dipped into your brain and, like, feel like you're not yourself? And she's like, I know what that's like. It's like they give very little, if any, like, inkling as to what happened in her past, or in their
right.
past.
But if
They've
you
known each
know
other
the
for a
story of the
while.
Black Widow, you know that she's a Russian spy.
Well, yeah, but, like, one, the MCU likes to take liberties, and two, like, I don't know that much about Black Widow, the character from the comic book, so...
True.
And technically, if you want to get about, like, canon comic book stories, she was originally part of Hydra.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So, Cap and Tony have, like, a bit of a conversation about Coulson and Loki and everything. And then Tony figures it out. He's like, oh, wait, I know where he's going. Because he's saying, like Loki's acting like a diva. He wants flowers, he wants parades, he wants monuments built to the skies with a name plastic. Son of a bitch. And there's Dr. Selvig on the top of the Stark Tower getting the portal ready and everything. And so they, assemble, but nobody ever says it yet. That time didn't come yet.
Mm-hmm.
And they... I love when Stark gets to the tower and talks to Loki. He's like, please tell me...
Want a drink?
He's like, please tell me you're going to appeal to my humanity. Actually, I'm planning to threaten you. You want a drink? Like, stealing me won't change anything. No, threatening. No drink, you sure? I'm having one. Like having a conversation. Like, is Talia coming? What have I to fear? The Avengers. And then, like, I love that speech he gives. Is like maybe your army comes and maybe it's too much for us, but it's all on you. Because if we can't protect this Earth, you can be damn well sure we'll avenge it.
I have an army. We have a Hulk.
We have a Hulk. In other words, you're screwed here, buddy.
And then when Loki tries to do the thing,
the mind control thing, yeah, clank. This is when Tony still had the thing in his chest. Clank.
Yeah. Huh. Usually works.
No, performance issues are not uncommon. 1 out of 5. It's like
Jarvis.
Like, Jarvis, anytime now.
Alright, now you've pissed me off.
Wait, hang on. Have you ever heard of riff tracks?
No.
It's like those guys who used to do Mystery Science Theater 3000. They dubbed over that movie and made jokes. They did Avengers, and when that, like, tube suit thing went after Tony, someone said, giant metal pecker on the way.
Oh, Lord.
But that thing was cool when it came down and just, like, formed the suit around him. That was so cool. And then he goes back up. He's like, and there's one other person you pissed off. His name is Phil. And then, yeah. And then portal opens. Chitauri comes in. New York battle.
It's a fight scene. We have Loki's army attacks. It's a fight. It's suspenseful. We have each other's backs. Then, all this epic shit starts happening. It's like, Bruce, now it's really time for you to get angry.
That's my secret captain.
I'm always angry.
And then that turnaround was so sweet.
I know, it was awesome.
Zoom! And then they all, like, do, like, it does that sweeping camera thing where it shows all of them and they're, like, huddled together.
Oh, sick.
That was a sick group shot.
I know.
And then Loki's like, yeah, send the rest.
Giant freaking armies. Giant freaking centipede elephant things.
Yeah, those things were freaky looking. And so Cap's telling everyone, like, what they should do, like, get in a position. Hawkeye's, like, scoping out things. Iron Man's taking out anything that gets too far into the city. And he basically just tells Hulk, like, and Hulk,
smash.
He smiles like, that I can do.
Yes.
And he proceeds to smash. And, so basically, I timed it, Noah, this whole fight scene, the Battle of New York, lasts 20 minutes. The whole thing.
Nice.
And there are moments in this movie or in this fight that are, like, good to mention. Like, it's like dialogue reasons or, like, cool shot reasons. Like, I love the bit when Hawkeye is scoping out stuff to tell Iron Man to go shoot at. He's like, nice call, what else you got? He's like, Thor's taking down a squadron down on 6. And he's like, and he didn't invite me. Tony's lines are the best.
One thing I remember is that Hawkeye made a shot without even looking.
He's looking in one other direction and shoots it and gets it perfectly. That was so kick-ass.
Yeah, well, and yet he doesn't get as much respect as Green Arrow off of DC.
I know. I think it's just because, like, I think his suit in the first Avengers was a little silly looking. They got better as time went on. Like, the suit he wore in Endgame was so kick-ass. And the hair and the haircut helped, too.
Yeah, I agree.
I also like the part where Hulk and Thor took down that centipede thing, and they're just kind of standing there. Hulk punches Thor right out of the frame.
Like, Tag, you're it.
You're like, that's for earlier.
Yeah, that's for earlier, bitch.
And then Dr. Sullivan comes to his mind. He's lifted from the mind control and tells Widow, like, the only way to close this thing is with the scepter. You need to get a hold of that thing. And then the scene, oh, I love this. This made me cackle so hard. And the whole theater, when Hulk finds Loki in the Stark Tower, he's like, all of you are beneath me. I am a god, you dull creature.
Dull creature.
And I will not be bullied by... Boom,
Boom, boom, boom, boom, boom, boom.
Puny.
Boom, 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 boom.
He's like, puny god. And Loki's laying there like... I'm like, yeah, that's gonna hurt in the morning, Loki. And so... Oh, yeah. There's something I completely forgot to mention. I should have mentioned earlier. Is that there's this whole World Council thing that Fury's having these conversations with, and they decide it's probably not a good idea to keep this battle going. We need to nuke them. Yeah, good idea, guys. Nuke New York, where there are civilians. Very good idea. And they send somebody out there to nuke them without Fury knowing about it, or he figures out like a millisecond too late. And he's warning Stark, like, Stark, there's a nuke headed straight your way, man. You gotta do something about it. And Widow's like, I can close the portal. Do it. No, hang on a second. There's a nuke coming, and I know just where to put it. And this is actually kind of suspenseful because it was like, Stark is like, Cap saying, Stark, that's a one-way trip, dude. If you do that,
it's real
you might not come
suspenseful.
back.
It's real suspenseful. Because Tony almost dies.
And Jarvis said, so shall I try to contact Miss Potts? And he's like, might as well. And she doesn't answer. Just think about if Tony had died, he would have never gotten to say anything to her.
Right.
That would have been horrible. And then he takes the nuke up there. And this is a very important scene in all of the MCU, and I think so too, is where he's up there and he sees what's going on up there. He sees everything and realizes that, yeah, we need to start, like, upping our game now because these things are here and they're gonna come back. And and so he's the only one who's seen it too. He's the only one who knows what's coming. And so he lands, thankfully, but just before the portal closes, like literally a millisecond just before it, and falls. Hulk catches him, and they think he's dead for a good second. Then Hulk
just
roars. He's like, "Oh, what the hell! Please tell me nobody kissed me." And like when Cap says we won, he's just like, "Hey, good job, guys. Hey, let's just not come in tomorrow. Let's take a day. You guys ever tried shawarma?" And then they go get Loki in the Stark Tower, and he's like, "Still the same with you. I think I'll have that drink."
Loki something to Thor, Captain America, Hulk, Iron Man,
and these guys. Fuck you.
And so we killed him.
Well, we didn't kill him. We just kind of
beat the shit out of him. So we beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, Thor takes Loki back to Asgard to, I guess, serve for his crimes.
Like, that's gonna happen.
Right. Well, I don't know if we'll ever review that movie because you never saw it and you don't plan on it, but
yeah,
and the Avengers basically go their separate ways, and yeah, for now. And like I like when Hill says, like, if we get into this what happens? They'll come back. Are you sure about that? How do you know? Because we'll need them to. And then the Avengers were born. And I like how throughout the New York battle, the letters of the Stark Tower got knocked off, and the only thing left was A. It's like, the Avengers Tower.
Yep.
And there was an end credit scene that showed Thanos.
Yeah, but did he look different to you, or was that just me?
Well, it was a different actor doing the mocap.
Oh.
And he didn't say a word, I don't think, in that one.
No, but he looked more like Thanos because he actually wore a helmet.
Well, Thanos wears a helmet in Infinity War just a few first minutes. And most of Endgame, actually, because he's wearing it for most of it. I think. I could have sworn he wore it a lot more in Endgame than he did in Infinity War.